All right, folks. Just sorry about this. We are yeah, we are just figuring out a little difficulties here. Try to get Oishi, who's the lead dev on Beyond Tradition, onto the call. Very sorry about the wait, but yeah, the music is very relaxing. So we'll be on. We'll be starting up in just a
Hello?
second. Yes, hello, Oishi. Yes, we can hear your
Hi.
voice. Hi, hello. How's it going? Thank you for hopping on the call.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm going to share with you the screen so you can see the game live.
Yes, I can.
Great. Fantastic. So let's just hop right into it, and you can kind of talk about the game and the kind of the process of making it. So let's get started with new game. Um, all right. So Beyond Tradition. So Oishi, what was your thought process behind the making of the game, and what's the basic premise of Beyond Tradition?
The basic premise of this game is this girl. She's been raised in this village where they have this legend that they sort of. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
No, it's all good. Take your time. You're doing great.
So they have this legend where this supposed monster has destroyed not destroyed, but like sort of messed up their village. And over the years, that story's been passed down. I based it off a webtoon called Castle Swimmer,
Mm-hmm.
and basically this boy is raised to follow her destiny, which is to feed the obake, which is I can't say it right. The monster supposedly once every week. And the story is now it's her first day. She's super about it. I don't want to spoil anything.
Sure, yeah. I totally understand that. Um, but yeah, so what was kind of your thought process behind the game? What kind of inspired you to work on this project for NaNoReNo?
Well, well, I wanted to finally complete a game beginning to end, and I just finished reading Castle Swimmers, and I was like, okay, I really need a small plot, and all the other ideas were too big. And then I suddenly thought, hey, I like Fruits Basket, and I like Castle Swimmer, but I'm just gonna add my own twist into it and see what I can do. And then this story came into air.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Um, so how about you talk a little bit about your team? Who worked on the, for example, who worked on the character sprites for Beyond Tradition?
Well, I found this very amazing artist for like free, obviously, because it's for a jam. And their Twitter handle is Rubik Draws, and they have such a gorgeous art style. It wasn't my first expectation, but seeing it, I was like, this gives me so much Studio Ghibli vibes, and I was like, I love it. So we do all the characters and the backgrounds and the CG that you're gonna see.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Um, that's really cool. And so, your role primarily then was kind of like director and lead writer.
Yeah, I was the executive director.
Nice, that's awesome. Um, who did the music? The music is so lovely.
I found a website actually while
Oh,
looking for Let me find it.
Yeah, feel free
I'm
to
gonna link it.
yeah, feel free to link, by the way, the website and any of your artists in the chat. Like, thank you. Oh, Jules and JK, Jules and JK. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And also 29 viewers in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. Currently, we are playing Beyond Tradition as part of a 12-hour live stream. We're playing through 23 entries from NaNoReNo 2022, the visual novel game jam, raising money for the Campaign for Southern Equality, an organization that helps LGBTQIA+ folks in the southern U.S. With legal and mutual aid. We've currently hit our goal, $200, and we're looking to hopefully raise even more before the stream ends. So if you can donate any amount, $10, $5, $1. We've had donation amounts of all different shapes and sizes today. Please feel free to reach out. Click on the link in the chat and donate whatever you can. And if you can't donate, no worries either. Enjoy the stream and have a good time. Share the link with friends, loved ones, and yeah, enjoy a few more hours of cool games. So yeah, Oishi, I just saw the link in the chat. Thank you for both those links. So how many words roughly is Beyond Tradition?
I want to say it's around 50K, 20K.
Oh wow. Okay, so how long then roughly would you say it is? About an hour and a half, 2 hours?
I say it's around 30 minutes actually. It isn't that long because I didn't mean for it to be that long.
Got it. Are there multiple like branching paths and things like that?
It's mostly towards the end, but yeah, it is.
That's cool. For those who might be interested in playing, how many different endings are there?
There are, I believe 2 to 3.
Oh wow, that's pretty impressive for a game jam game to be 20,000 words and have like 2 to 3 different endings. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I really like the colors, by the way, of both the backgrounds and your character art.
I love the vivid colors. It was like really, it was so pretty, especially during the sketching part of it.
Yeah, you can tell that just like the colors of it just really come through. In terms of the UI, who did the UI design for the game?
Someone named Sayumi, and I'm gonna link them as well.
Yeah, go for it. Please do. Awesome. Thank you so much. Shouts out to everyone that worked on this game. Worked on every NaNoReNo game. But yeah. So, in terms of the design process, how many iterations of the story did you go through as a writer before you ended up with the final draft?
I actually went through, this is the idea that I had from the beginning, because I didn't want to, as I was writing it, it really just came to me. Sure. And with the help of my co-writer, who I think I can link as well. I gotta check if their social media exists. But they really helped me keep the scope small, and the idea that I had since the beginning, the same the whole way out.
That's awesome. That's really good that you're able to kind of keep the scope reined in for a game jam. You know, we've talked to a few people today about how important that is. You don't want to burn yourself out or anything. Yeah, I think that's really key to having a successful game. Keeping the scope modest and reined in.
Definitely.
So in terms of the characters here, we've met Manami, and I believe this other character is Kohaku. Are
Mhm.
these characters based on real people? Are they just kind of imagined out of whole cloth? Are they a mixture of both? Like, where did the inspiration for the characters come?
The main character's inspiration was actually Rapunzel,
Oh,
and I
wow,
had her
okay.
in my head the whole time. And I was like, I want this girl who is super sweet but super like unorganized because I love having unorganized, bright main characters. He's based off a trope I like with like really close friends.
Hmm.
The dad is based off the mom from Castle Swimmers, and because I like when a game has an understanding parent.
Yeah,
And I see a lot of bad parent tropes, and I'm like, okay, this dad, he may look mean, but he's really sweet and genuine,
yeah,
and that's where I got his inspiration.
that's awesome. And speak of the dad, here he is. Here's the father. So, what I really like about this game so far is that it has a really good sense of place and a really good sense of atmosphere. Um,
I'm glad.
in terms of that, um, what was the biggest kind of what was the number one thing you really wanted to come across in terms of how you presented your
I wanted it to come off as how Studio Ghibli usually comes out with their movies.
sure.
I wanted to have this wholesome nature view.
I think that definitely comes across. And I'm sure other people in the chat would agree, by the way. I think that definitely comes across. Art design and world building. Sure. Um, and just the music, once again. I know that this was from a stock website, but
Yeah.
I think the music choices you made worked really, really well. Kind of contributing to that Ghibli feel. Is there anyone else from the team, by the way, that you'd like to shout out or
Oh yes,
mention?
you completely reminded me. Oh, I have everyone else's links for this reason. I knew I was getting something. I would like to shout out my programmer who really pulled through in the end. Their name is Zhao. I linked them in. And
Wonderful.
let me see. Oh, my co-writer who really helped with my description because I'm good at description, but like not good in first person. So they really helped me out.
Yeah,
And Dev Talk for telling me how to scope right because I wouldn't have known without him.
100%. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you for linking your team members. I think a team is so important to a game. I mean, I had really amazing team members that I shouted out on Twitter. Look out Drive Games, a Twitter account. Um, yeah, I think having a good team, unless you're like obviously like a solo dev who can do everything, um,
Yeah.
everywhere all at once. um,
Yeah.
I think having a strong team is an important thing. Um,
I agree.
what was the biggest thing you learned working on this project?
I learned to not give my programmer my script towards the near end of the jam because they need time to implement everything and I knew that but I still managed to make the same mistake so I know what I'm doing. Step one, definitely finish the writing as soon as possible. Like
100%.
the writing could have saved me so much time. I didn't do that this game.
Yeah, I feel you there. Like I consciously made sure to finish the script for our game, Portrait of a Texas Family, by the end of the first week, and have it locked, and then bring it into Ren'Py for the programmer, my programmer Jerry, help start like implementing different things for it. So.
Yeah.
And what is in terms of the game jam experience? Was this your first game jam, Oi?
No.
Oshi? Okay, cool. What other game jams have you done in the past?
I did this is my second jam. My first one was the Yandere jam, and I can't even say the name of my own game once again, but it's in French. It's La Terre Cerise. I know I butchered that, but that was my first official visual novel game that I ever released, and that taught me so much for this game. And I know this game's gonna teach me so much for the next jam, which is probably a Tome jam.
And yes, Arcane, yes, I was the person who wrote Portrait of a Texas Fan. Yes, I was the lead writer, director, narrative designer, and programmer. Yeah, yeah. I hope you enjoy it. What part of Texas are you from, Arcane? But yeah, my co-writer Meredith, who was on the stream earlier today, is from Houston. Once again, we got 21 folks in the chat. Thank you so much for watching us play through Beyond Tradition. Yeah, how you feeling, Oishi? I hope you don't feel too nervous now. I think everyone's really enjoying the vibes of this game a lot, especially the music.
Well, my nerves are sort of completely unrelated to this, but it just kind of I like public speaking, but this time my throat just kind of closed on me for the first 5 minutes, and I was
That's fair.
like, oh god.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I feel you there. It can be definitely a process. And look at that, we just hit $255
Yay!
for the stream. Thank you so much to everyone that's donated. Yeah, what a great organization Campaign for Seven Equality is, and I'm so glad that people are donating. I really was afraid that no one was gonna donate, and I was gonna have to make like a $100 donation or something. But I'm very glad people have been donating. I really didn't know how the stream was gonna go. I was afraid no one was gonna watch because relatively new channel, and I'm an indie dev that doesn't have a lot of connections for an audience really. So see consistently 15 to 25 people throughout the entire day in chat, watching, chatting, interacting. It's really nice.
That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really good for a first real stream. Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for everyone's games. I'm excited to playing everyone's games, fully. We're only really giving, a half hour to each game right here because I want to kind of get through as many as possible. But yeah, yeah, I'm excited just for the jam to be over, for me to take a little bit of a break, and finally be able to enjoy some of the entries, and just relax and give them a shot. Yeah. Do you have any plans for working on future games? Or are you going to take a little bit of a break?
Oh, I wish I could take a break, but after this project, I immediately wanted to fix all the mistakes I did. So I threw myself into a Mare jam, and then I'm also pre-planning for a Tome jam, which I already have the plot. I just need to outline it. So I'm doing month-to-month jams, basically, because I have 24 hours. I'm homeschooled. I have so much time.
Wow. Well, I hope you don't burn yourself out. Sincerely, like I understand the temptation to work on as many projects as possible, but definitely be careful with not burning yourself out. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. I think this game just has a really good sense of, and I think you really did accomplish for a visual novel, especially for a first visual novel, like for this type of jam. You know, I know it's not your first jam, but I really did. I think you and your team really did a great job of conveying the kind of the spirit of student with the tone and the art.
Yay.
And look at that. We're at $265 for the campaign. Look at that. Thank you so much, folks, for everyone who's donated. Really appreciate it. In fact, I want to give a shout out everyone that's donated as we kind of finish up with Beyond Tradition. $20 from Anonymous, $5 from Anonymous, $10 from Anonymous, $50 from Wolf Game Dev, $45 from Gabby, $5 from Superleak, $10 from Marionette, $20 from Luminos, $20 from KB, and $10 from Blair Green Osaka, who, by the way, was a voice actor on Portrait of a Texas Family. Yeah, so thank you all so much for all your donations. Um, I truly appreciate it. Yeah. Um, as we kind of wrap up here on your game, Oishi, is there anything you want to say before we kind of head on to the next game?
Um, I hope you guys donate to the charity stream, and I'm actually wondering, are you gonna do this for every jam?
I don't know. Maybe not every
Cool.
single jam, but maybe maybe for next NaNoReNo. Um, but we'll see. Yeah. Really depends. I really kind of wanted to kind of launch the Lookout Drive Games Twitch channel with something big, something fun, something community focused and collaborative. And I thought charity live stream might be a good um, way to kick that off to raise money for a great cause and kind of uplift and have different people in the VN Dev community come on and talk about their works.
I'm glad. Thank you so much for having me and for your game, which I still haven't played yet, but I need to.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. I know obviously everyone who's worked on a game for the jam has been very busy. So, um, and now it's time. It's finally time for people to relax. Um,
Yep.
so yeah. Thank you so much, Oishi, for coming on to talk about Beyond Tradition. Um, and once again, if you're interested in playing it, you can play Beyond Tradition and all the NaNoReNo 2022 entries at the link I posted in the chat. Um, yeah, thank you so much. We're going to move on to our next game. But yeah, hope you have a good rest of your night.